This is Own Your Relationship, and this is how you fix the two most common problems in a relationship. What do you think of marriage? I mean, we're already married now, so let's say like before we got married, or right around that time, what did you feel like marriage was to you?
The best thing that could happen to you?
Like to you?
Like to a woman.
Yeah.
Like the best day of your life.
Okay. Well, I think most men have not quite the opposite, but a different opinion on that. I feel like men are the reason why most marriages fail. And I feel like, and the reason why I'm talking about this is because I think we've all lived it. If you're married now, I think that you know, and honestly, I feel like the woman is always wanting to be led, which is not the same case in all cases, but for the most part, I feel like women want to be led by their man. So whenever it comes time for the man to keep doing what he was doing before marriage, I feel like he starts slacking away because he doesn't feel like he has to anymore, because it's almost like, it's like, okay, well, we got on this train, or we have our train now and it's on the tracks, and it could be thought of as like, I'm going to go up there and put some more fuel in the lantern so we can see where we're going and stay on the tracks. Well, it gets to a point with men, and I feel like we already know this going in. It's like, once I hit that point to where we're on the tracks, I don't know if I need to keep going up there and putting fuel in the lantern, because it's like, after so long of it being just steady and just going, it's like, we're just on the tracks. Like, it doesn't make much of a difference if I put fuel in the lantern or not. Like, So I feel like by them and us men not going up there putting fuel in the lantern to keep the flame going, it's like it just starts dying down, and then the woman starts getting upset and sees that the man isn't doing, like, buying her flowers and stuff like that all the time, and it just kind of starts driving a wedge in between the two of them. Do you agree with that? I feel like it's the same with a lot of marriages. I feel like the only way, I strongly feel like the only way to have a good, solid relationship with the flame burning bright all the time is to not have any secrets between the two of us, or two of them. I feel like they have to be 100% honest with each other, or else what happens is you have two independent people that are married that are trying to live their lives together, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because that's the reason why they got married in the first place, because they felt like they can grow together and be more connected. But I believe I think that's what happens. I mean, I honestly feel like it starts with a man, and that's the reason why a lot of marriages fail. I mean, I feel like a lot of them would agree with me. But at the same time, we also feel like it's like, well, like, we're on the tracks, we don't have to keep putting fuel on it if we're on the tracks. I feel like there has to be some sort of level of uncertainty that keeps the man, courting his wife or his woman or whatever partner, to, like, always keep the flame going. And that's what I mean by putting fuel in the lantern. But it's definitely, a necessity to keep everything exciting. Do you have anything you want to...
How would one go from not wanting to put fuel in the lantern anymore to, like, adding a little bit at a time?
Okay. So I feel like that has a lot to do with uncertainty, because, and what I mean by that is, in the beginning of the relationship, before the two of you are married together, and the reason why the woman wants to marry the guy is because he's treating her the way that she wants to be treated. Like, she's like he's buying her flowers, he's always going out to dates, and he's always like, he's not so worried about, you know, he's not thinking about marriage, but what he's thinking about is how to keep you, how to keep you, how to keep you, how to keep you excited and interested in him, how to keep, these questions. But once you get married, those questions kind of go away. It's like, well, I already have her. I already have her. Those are the answers for everything. Like, well, I could buy her flowers and I see them every time I walk into the grocery store, but I already have her. I already have her. That's the answer for all the questions for married men. It's like, well, I already have her. So, whatever, and how you get the uncertainty is you just know that the end could be near with marriages, because they are with a lot of them. A lot of marriages fail. I think if men like me ever, if the way that I see it with you is, I feel like, there is a chance that we might not be together. Whether it's you or me, there's still a chance that something may happen that could separate us and split us apart. So that's all. That's just enough level of uncertainty for me to keep you happy, and it's kind of fun. It's not like work, I enjoy buying new stuff, but knowing that inside of my head changed my whole perception moving forward. So I feel like that would help a lot of marriages, knowing that they might not be together. There's so many times, and you could read books after books and movies, and just, it's like their marriages are so much better after a huge event of something that caused some sort of separation. Either it's a woman or the man, one of them caused some kind of huge uncertainty about their relationship that wanted them to drive closer together every single time. So it's almost like knowing that before you go into marriage, or if you're at that spot now to where it's like, I feel like we're slipping or we're getting bored with each other, just know that, think about it. It's like, they might not be here, in 6 months or at Christmas time,
or tomorrow.
Yeah, or tomorrow. Just knowing that, will at least let you know how much you care about them. If you don't care about them, then just get a divorce. You know what I mean? Not that I'm condoning any divorces or anything.
Yeah.
But if you don't feel like that should step up your game, or at least get it through your head that there is still uncertainty and you still have to keep them, then I'm not so sure that you should be with them in the first place. But I feel like if you're married to him in the first place, or at all, then I think it'll help. But I feel like that's what would help, and that's what's helped us, is bringing uncertainty back into the relationship.
I also think it's important to show that if you do care, that you need to let them know.
Yeah.
Because that's where it all starts.
Like constant affirmations, like consistent affirmations. Yeah. I believe so.
I know men get kind of sick and tired of repeating themselves, but it's still nice to hear,
Yeah, I can say that. I can see that. I don't know. I feel like women should kind of help out a little bit there.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it's all on you,
but
it's all on me.
I guess it depends on how they feel like they show their love to the woman. It may be buying them flowers all the time. It's like, hey, I was thinking about you. I bought you flowers, or I want to take you out on a date. I feel like women should understand and lighten up just a little bit on the man side, because a lot of men are just, I am too, we're just
dirty.
Well, yeah, that too. But, we just don't think of that all the time.
Right.
Even though we are thinking it, and when I walk past you, every single time I walk past you, I think to myself how good you look and what I want to do to you. But I can't do that right now, so I just don't need to say anything. But it's not that it's not going on inside of my head, and I'm thinking about it all the time.
But we're not mind readers.
Women
are not mind readers. We don't know.
Neither are men.
I know. That is the importance of communication.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely
100% honesty.
you have to get everything out on the table for it to be healthy at all.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to know that there is uncertainty
Mm-hmm.
and that it might not be there tomorrow or a month from now or at Christmas time, and you may be spending Christmas alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like those are the two main things that you just cannot have a relationship or marriage without. Cannot have it.
Mm.
Because the end would be inevitable without it.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
My mind just went blank, so probably not.
Okay, well, that's good. That's how you get your woman's mind to go blank. Okay, so that was a joke, by the way. That doesn't happen very often. Alright, hopefully this video helped you. If it did help you out at all, like it and subscribe. We're going to be making more videos like this. When we start getting more questions, we want to answer them. I feel like we definitely have a lot to talk about, and I feel like a lot of people can benefit from our knowledge and how deep we go into our relationship, and it's a little not normal. So I feel like we have a lot that we all can offer to people and help them out. So leave us a comment down below what you think of this. Tell us, give us some more topics to talk about, or just ask us some questions. All right.